Alright people, let's talk about the sad story that is I-291 in Connecticut. 291 was envisioned as a beltway around the greater Hartford area. It would have started at 91 in Rocky Hill, connected to 84 in Farmington, and then back up to 91 in Windsor. Now all my Connecticut friends know this highway does not exist, so let's talk about what happened. In the 1960s, a general plan for the 291 highway had been approved. But once presented to the public, there came lots of well-justified opposition to the route because it would have passed very close to reservoirs west of Hartford. Over the next few years, the route was shifted to try to avoid the reservoirs, but eventually the US government said the route was not feasible and Connecticut canceled the highway soon after. In the 70s, Connecticut tried to at least build the southern portion of the highway, but there was still a lot of lingering opposition to the 291 plan. So Connecticut tried to rebrand it as 491, but that didn't fool anyone. The highway was canceled again in 1979. So totally separate from the original 291 plan, a connector was proposed at one point between 91 in Windsor and 84 in Manchester. And the funny thing is, this little afterthought was the only part of 291 that actually got built. You can still see some remnants of the planned highway. Here in Rocky Hill, we've got some abandoned ramps. That was going to be the start. If we zoom out, you'll see this green band connecting Route 9 to 91. That's because all that land was originally bought by the state in anticipation of the highway, but just never built upon. And probably the most famous interchange in Connecticut is the four-way Stack in Farmington. When I-84 was built, the Stack interchange was made in anticipation of 291 coming through here. But it sat unused for many years until Route 9 was eventually extended up to I-84. You can see the full interchange on satellite view, but switching to map view shows that only part of it's still being used. And lastly, here's a fun fact. The Connecticut DOT headquarters sits on land originally acquired for 291.